Hi John, so first task, first job, a little practice run. So first thing, whenever you sign into a Google account, just make sure, first thing is the date stamp. Just make sure that you've got the right dates in there, otherwise you can be looking at completely the wrong dates. The other thing to be aware of straight away is on the left hand side above where it says overview, can you see where it says enabled or paused? What I usually do is have them to enabled only on both of them, so you only see stuff that is actually operational. So first thing we're going to do is just add you as a user. So what we're going to do is go to the tools at the top. Just to confuse things, there is another version of AdWords out, the newer version. So if I just click on the appearance and go to new version, you can see the same menus down the left hand side as you could at the top. I'm just used to working on the old one, but I should really get used to working on this one. So basically, whichever one you're in, if you go to admin and then security, access and security, you'll see obviously we can add you as a user. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add you, John, as a user with full admin rights, and I'm going to send you the access like so. Confirm it's you. Yes. So basically it's asking me for a text, and this is one of the pain in the bottom jobs that we find ourselves doing, is always asking for codes. We could do with some sort of mobile number that we don't use, but just use it for codes, to be quite honest with you, so we can all use it. But 062069, yeah. Okay, so that's gone off to you. You can see it's now pending. So in your folder you should find an invite. Next thing we want to do is go over to campaigns, and like I said, they've only just changed this, so I'm still learning it myself. So here, if we click on campaigns, you can see we've got one campaign with sweets in, and the budget, the daily budget, is £1. Now under the campaigns we have the ad groups, which are multiple. So what I've done is, in order to keep the cost down, I've made one campaign and put everything underneath it. So if you go to the ad groups, you can see these are all the ads. These are all the ad groups within the campaign. So all these keywords and ad groups come under the same campaign, and we've just got a budget of just £1 a day. So what we need to do is, just so you know, if you want to, you can go down to where it's got keywords. You can see search keywords, like so. When you click on search keywords, you can then see here where we've put everything in as an exact match, and then, so if we click here, can you see they're all exact match? But you can see on the status bar it says eligible. If you click on the other way around, it says not eligible, low search volume. So these are all the ones that I've changed to, can you see how there's still some in there that I've not changed yet? So these should all be a broad match. And so what will happen is, can you see how this one's gone? Because it's now broad, it's going to come up for any of these. You can see it's now pending, which now means it's going to be eligible. So this is the issue we've got with it, is what we're trying to do is keep it as tight as possible. You can see how this one never changed, but that one did. So, and that's why we put all the keywords in as exact and then change them back to broad match, because some of them will be eligible, as you can see here, so they're going to go to the front of the queue. So we end up with a list. I mean, don't sort of get too excited about it. Just you don't have to take hours and hours doing this, because we will find out what's going on anyway. So you'll also notice that the negative keywords are no longer down here, but if you look at the tab at the top here under the search keywords, can you see we've got negative here? You can see the negative has now moved. So it's all under search keywords. The incoming keywords that people are actually typing in to Google and then either seeing an ad or they're seeing an ad and clicking it can now be found under Insights and Reports and then going down to search terms. So these will be populated as people start to type something into Google, and then obviously there's a video in the system as well that shows you how to maintain the account. So that would be useful for you as well. So what we're going to do with this one today is if we just go to ad groups and list all the ad groups out, you'll also notice we've got ads. So at the moment we're spending £1 a day, but we don't have any ads that are actually live and going. Okay, so the setup on this has actually changed again, so I've had to put something in there, but you can see here on the left hand side they're not enabled, they're paused, so we're not going to spend any money. Yeah, so they're all paused. So what we can do is you can see under what campaign and what ad group it is. So this is chocolate, this one's vegan sweets, and what we need to do is if we're going to change that ad, we can then click on it and it's going to first of all give us at the top what ad group we're in. So we're under chocolates, and these are some of the keywords that go along with it. You can see the ad strength, yeah, and then you can see here the final URL. So this is the URL that you're actually going to send people to. So clearly what we need to do is go to the website and go to chocolate, yeah, like so. And so this is everything chocolate on the category heading. And so what I'm going to do is change that URL to this URL. So you can see I'm sending everyone from this ad onto the chocolate page. Okay. Then you'll notice there's 15 headings that you've got. So you've got up to 15 to use. Tend to use them all. And this is where if you go to your keyword research, go to your chocolate folder, yeah, like so, you start to see, oh that's content, sorry. That's a little bit strange. Something very strange here. Plant-based chocolate. That is very strange how we've now got two folders. There's something definitely not right with that flipping drive. It looks like it's copied the keywords over to the content as well now. What a pain in the arse. Okay, so basically we've already got the keywords in the system, luckily. So what we can do is we can pick out keywords that we think are going to have high volume. So all these in here, obviously like this one, plant-based chocolate, has actually got 260 searches. So what I'm going to do, go over here, and that can be my first one because it's got the word plant and based and chocolate in it. Plant-based. So everything that goes in here has to have a capital letter at the beginning, like so. Yeah, and can you see here we've used 21 characters out of 30. So what we can do as well is we can just click on these and they'll push them down. Yeah, so but what we want to do is obviously put the more relevant ones at the top. And you'll see that this ad strength will go up. So what we need to do is fill out these 15 based on the research, and then we need to go to the website and just fill these sections out. And again, you can see we've got 90 characters. So again, as you get better at it, what's going to happen is the ad strength at the top will go from poor to the next level up, and so on and so on. So it'll go from poor to average to good to excellent, I think, are the criteria. And that is the basic setup. When we get to the next stage, we will actually be adding the business logo, name and logo, but that's just before we hand it back to them, along with site links, and also we can put in there images, so we can add images to make our adverts look nicer, so more people will click on them. The other thing you can do is you can look at the view ideas in the headlines here. So it will give you some ideas of what other things you can put in, and all you do is just click it and you'll see it's popped in here. And so you can say things like order online today, view our offers and deals. Can you see it's just populating this? But ideally what we want is we want as many of the keywords in there as we possibly can, and again here with any benefits. So you can see how these little blue bits have started moving up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save that ad. Yeah, it's not live or anything at the moment. You can see it's paused under review. Just keep them on paused, you won't have a problem. So in order to start a new advert, what you're going to do is click the plus, and then you have to do this responsive ad, and it will say what you want to do with it. So what ad group. So we go to vegan sweets, which is the campaign. It will then show you the groups, and what we need is one advert per advert, one URL. So if we go to here, we're talking about crisps this time. So what we can do is just click on crisps, and obviously we want to send the visitor directly to the best performing page so that they find exactly what they want as quickly as possible. And again, look down this list and you'll start to see things that are relevant, but you've also got your folders here. So somewhere along here there should be one for crisps, vegan crisps. And so if you look at these, you've got crisps vegan, vegan crisps, vegan crisps UK, crisps suitable for vegans, and so on and so on. Vegan crisps and snacks, vegan friendly crisps, and healthy vegan crisps. So you can take all those and they can all go in your ad up here. And then you can start to have a look and see if there's some other ones in there that you can put in. And then can you see it's all 0 at the moment, it's just incomplete. Yeah, then you've got 2 of these, you add a description. And again, we don't do it straight away, but eventually they need to get access. So when I say get access, if we go back up the top here, you'll find that under recommendations there should be a thing that's telling them that they need to complete a form, which is not saying for some reason, but it should be there. And basically they need to verify their account so that we can then use the account for shopping. I'll explain all this section once the ads are started to run. But at the moment it's just the ads. So you just go to the ads, click on the plus button, choose, make sure that each ad group has an advert running, leave them all paused, and then I'll come and have a look, and then we'll go from there. Hopefully that explains enough for you to be getting on with, and like I say, you should have access via your own login for that as well.